Hi YouTube, Beth here. I am checking in on 8 months post-op from VSG surgery. Today is Thursday, November 30th, 2017. I am 8 months and 2 days post-op. I had surgery March 28th, 2017 with Dr. John Karajai at Centegra Hospital in Woodstock, Illinois. My highest weight recorded was 252.4 pounds, and that was May of 2016. The date of surgery, I weighed in at 212.6. And my current weight, I'm actually not 100% sure. I had to go to the doctor, I think it was yesterday. It was middle of the afternoon, basing off his scale. I weighed in at 150 even. So I'm thinking if I weighed in at 150 at the doctor with all my clothes on, I'm probably somewhere in the upper 140s. So pretty excited. 150 was my goal that I set with my surgeon. So, but actually this vlog today is really not too much about my surgery, as in, well, it has to do with it. But earlier this month, November 1st to be exact, my husband and I found out that we were expecting. I would have been about 7 months post-op at that time. I have PCOS, and I have not been able to get pregnant on my own. So partially doing this surgery was one of the many reasons that I wanted to do it. I've always wanted to be a mom. I'm 36 years old already. My husband and I have been together for 10 years, and we haven't been able to conceive. 5 years ago, I did go to a doctor, and he did do Clomid and, fertility treatments, and we did a couple of rounds and cycles of that, and it didn't work. But also at that time, I was still very heavy. I was probably 250s for sure. I might have been 240s, but I was up there. Um, so in a way, I wanted to get pregnant, but I didn't want to get pregnant at that weight because I was scared of not being healthy, and putting on more weight, is dangerous. Um, so long story short, it was a little bit early, but we did try last month in October, and so on our first try, we were able to conceive. Unfortunately, I'm currently in the middle of a miscarriage. I went in the 21st, I believe it was, a Tuesday before Thanksgiving. We went in for our ultrasound. I would have been about like 7 weeks, and the baby was measuring at 6. Okay. They were asking me if I was sure about my cycle dates. I said I was, but being that I have PCOS, you don't ovulate like normal. Most people ovulate around their 14th day of their cycle. So I just kind of figured maybe, I just ovulated late. So, I think I'm 7 weeks, but I'm really 6 and stuff like that. And here's just a quick little tiny bean, our little ultrasound. You can see the baby, kind of, sort of. We were able to see its heartbeat. We were just really super excited. A few days, so we had Thanksgiving, and then Sunday, I woke up. My husband wasn't really feeling well. We had gone to my sister's for Thanksgiving, and I didn't know that my brother-in-law was getting over the stomach flu. So I got up, I just wasn't feeling right. I didn't really have a lot of pregnancy symptoms. My biggest symptom was I would get dizzy. Like, I'd get little dizzy spells. And then actually on my Fitbit here, I noticed that my heart rate had gone up, and this period was a sign. But anyways, dizzy spells were always kind of like my pregnancy symptom. So I wasn't really feeling well. I was kind of dizzy, normal, nauseous. Okay, I figured it was going to come sometime, and kind of crampy. So I was a little bit worried that maybe it was the flu. Like I said, my brother-in-law just had the flu. We went to his house for Thanksgiving. You know, I was worried that maybe I caught something. So I just kind of stayed in bed all day. My husband wasn't feeling well for other reasons. He had really bad indigestion. And so yeah, I took some Tylenol and, would sleep on and off. And then finally in the evening, I'm like, I gotta get up and I gotta go to the store and do different things for the week. And, I started cramping really bad kind of around 6 o'clock that night. Again, cramping is normal. I did have a few cramps here and there throughout the 6, 7 weeks at that time. So, I figured, okay, it continues. We call the doctor in the morning. Tomorrow's Monday. Before I went to bed that night, I noticed some brown spotting. And, you know, again, normal. I know women spot during pregnancy, especially early. Um, Went to bed. My dog wouldn't leave me alone through the night. She just, which is not like her. She likes to be close to us. She's on the bed right now over there. But she just kept jumping up and she just kept laying on me. She's not a big cuddler, but she just kept laying her head on my chest and wouldn't leave me alone. So I was thinking something was wrong with her because she had upset stomach a week earlier, but something that we gave her, like people food, and it just didn't sit right. I took her out and I was still cramping really bad. And we were standing in the yard like 3 a.m. and I went inside and used the restroom and now I was bleeding red blood. So, I got up early in that morning, took a shower, waited for the doctor's office to open in case I needed to run in there or if he was going to tell me to go to the hospital. It wasn't a lot, but it was red and, I needed to put something on because it was starting to get spot in my underwear. Sorry, TMI, but the whole thing is TMI. But, so yeah, and long story short, I think I went, yeah, this week has been crazy. It's been such a long week, emotionally long. Um, I went in Monday in the afternoon. He did an exam, said I was probably miscarrying. They didn't have a sonogram machine at that office that he was at. It's at their other office. And so he did blood work, and they said they called me back the next day. Torture. Really, it was torture. All night waiting. So I called, of course. They don't have the results, and calling and calling. Finally, they tell me for sure. My HCG levels were like 2,000. My progesterone was like 2. And anything, I believe, under 5, you're not pregnant. So, when I had tested earlier, like 3 to 4 weeks, I was testing at like 20 and 16 for my progesterone. And my HCG wasn't that high at that time. It was like in the 300s, but it was still very early. So they confirmed, obviously, we did. We lost the baby, and then they wanted me to go that day to the hospital and get an ultrasound and make sure there was no heartbeat and see if the baby was still there. Was bleeding more, clots, not big, just small. And so my husband left work and came and got me, and we went to the hospital. It was exactly 1 week from when we had just gone for our ultrasound. Same road, same direction. The hospital is right by my doctor's office, so it was heartbreaking to go from just a week ago. We were so happy and so excited to see our little baby to now seeing if our baby was still there, if I had passed it, for a better term, and to confirm that its heart was no longer beating. Horrible. Terrible. He lost it at the hospital, which made me, upset, but he cried. My husband's very sweet. He's not a big crier. I've seen him cry probably a handful of times over the 10 years, but he cried at the hospital. He cried in the car on the way home. We tried to get a bite to eat at like a local restaurant, and he was crying at the restaurant. And actually, I think it was good for me because I could focus on his grief and not just my own. Even when we got home that night, we were exhausted. We just got in bed and it was like 6:30 or something. And I was kind of in and out of sleep, and every time I woke up and turned and looked, he was crying. So it it was harder than I thought. I mean, I know miscarriage is hard. I've never wanted to experience one, but we were so excited after so long of trying. Um, you know, I had already ordered which is silly, but I couldn't help it. I had ordered a onesie saying, arriving July 2018. That was when I was due, and I was going to get a pregnancy announcement ready, and we were going to tell my stepdaughter at the end of December, close to her birthday, when we went to go see her. Um, I got in a few baby things because, like I said, I'm 36. I've wanted to be a mom for 10 years, and I haven't been able to. So, you know, I was excited. But the night that we came home from the hospital and with the sonogram confirming that we lost the baby, I had Sunday, I had went on Amazon and they have a welcome baby box that you get for free if you're a Prime member, and which is actually cool. I did do a video about what's inside. You do actually get some. There's onesies and blankets and diapers and all sorts of different things. So if you want to watch my other video, I'll post it after this one. I did do a little overhaul on what's in the box, but so yeah, then that was Tuesday, Wednesday. Yesterday I went to the doctor. I'm sorry, my mind is just not with it. Went to the doctor. The doctor told us the baby was gone. Asked me what I wanted to do. The baby was still there, physically still there. He said all the cramping and the bleeding was because the baby was pulling away from the uterine wall. So, because I was actually in a bit more pain than I would have thought with the cramping. So I want to avoid a D&C if I can, not just me. So he gave me this medicine to take, Methergine, because the other day my cervix was still closed. So I need to dilate and then pass the baby. So right now, that is what I'm going through. I've taken my third dose so far. I got it yesterday. Extremely expensive. If you do not have insurance, I had to call around a bunch of different places because Walgreens didn't have it, and they said they couldn't get it till today, and I needed to start it last night because I have to see my doctor tomorrow for an exam to make sure the baby's no longer there. Anyways, it was a whole horrible rigmarole of calling a bunch of places, and everybody that I talked to was like, "Do you know how expensive this is?" It was ranging from $675 to $900 for 3 days worth, which was only 9 pills. And that just terrified me alone. I mean, I was thinking, well, I'll just go to the hospital and figure it out that way. At least I can make payments on things, which would be a lot more, but we do have insurance, and thankfully, thank God, it was just like $10. But if I didn't have insurance, I wouldn't have been able to take care of this. I mean, I don't know what I would have done. And so that's really upsetting because to be in that situation and then not be able to afford the medication that you need during your miscarriage, that was pretty upsetting. So yeah. So right now, like when I first took it last night, it was my first dose, 6:30. I had a lot of pressure. So my mom came to see me and I didn't really want to sit up. I had to lay down. I even had a blanket on me. I had to take my pajama pants off and um, just try to relax. And I haven't had too much cramping or anything else since. Sorry, my husband is calling me. He's been checking on me today. The bleeding is slowed down. The Methergine is supposed to slow down your bleeding for some reason. I know they do give it to people after pregnancy and if you've had a D&C to help with the bleeding, but I'm not really passing a lot of clots, and I don't think the baby has come yet. So I called the doctor's office because I'm supposed to go early in the morning And, you know, I'm hoping that this was taken care of by then, but I don't know. I really don't know. But anyways, so this is my sad little story right now. We're pretty sad over it. You know, we will try again, but it's left us pretty hurt. Um, it's hard. I can't imagine people. I watch Amy Waters from Waters' Wife and Rochelle and Justin, and they've lost babies at like 20 something weeks. They've had to deliver stillbirth, and I can't imagine because this has been emotional at 8 weeks. My heart is. I know I'll move on. It'll take time, and we'll try again, and having another baby will help ease this, but it's my heart goes out to anybody that's ever miscarried. So, but you are fertile after the surgery. So, if you want a baby or don't want a baby, take precaution. We do want a baby, so we'll try again in a few months, and you know, hopefully we'll have a better outcome. But thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Like I said, it's not really too much about the surgery. I don't know what my weight is. I'm just gonna weigh myself after all this is done. I don't really even care. I haven't really had much of an appetite. Um, so maybe grief will help me lose a little bit more weight. But so I'm gonna let you go. It's already almost 17 minutes in, and my husband is messaging me. I think he's checking on me to make sure I'm okay. Yeah, he is. He's been worried about me. But again, thank you for watching. You guys have a great week, great holiday. I'm not sure when I'll make another video, maybe the end of the month. But if you do want to see what's in the box, watch my next welcome box video for Amazon. It's pretty cool. So, all right, thank you again. Sorry, it's kind of another all over crazy video as mine usually are. They're not structured. It's just me talking. No, nothing planned out. Just going off the top of my head. But anyways, dragging it out. Sorry. I will talk to you guys later. Have a great holiday season. Merry Christmas and God bless you. Bye.